everyone, welcome back to another episode of Bear It All the Podcast with your favorite girls, Jay
and B. What's going on, y'all?
And Day. Hey, everyone.
She's so calm. And we have such a beautiful spirit here, okay?
Yes,
so we have
excited.
Miss, I kind of want to say it with like the accent. Carma Ye. There you go.
Carma Ye.
Carma Ye.
So it would just be Carma Ye because I do not have any Latin descent. However, I was raised by a Puerto Rican woman. My stepmother, Candida, is Puerto Rican. So they say when they feed you long enough, you start to pick up, the dialect and things like that. But I am biracial, black and white. And I get Puerto Rican all the time. But like I said, I grew up with them. They are my family. I do speak a little bit, but...
That's so funny. Yeah, so nice.
Yeah, and I thought you were Puerto Rican.
I'm sure you get it all the time.
Yeah. So mirror.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. So okay. So yes. So you are a huge creative personality. Mm-hmm. You're an artist. Like I just tell our viewers like who you are, what you're doing, because I see a lot of great things.
Yes. Absolutely. My name is Carma Ye. I'm grateful to be here. I'm a multifaceted creative, media personality, entrepreneur, mother. Podcaster, engineer. I do a lot of things, and it's all for therapeutic purposes, so I could remain sane here in this room.
That's right.
So,
okay, remain sane. All right. So I seen you have first of all, I don't know if it was like a particular song or whatever it was, but it was. I don't even know what it's called. Like how you project your voice. It was like. Almost remind me like spoken words, but then singing, but then a little rapping.
Versatile.
I love that. It was so good.
Thank you. I feel as though sometimes people try to put me in a box when they see me outside. Like, are you a rapper? I started out singing, and then as I began to develop my vocabulary, it wasn't enough bars, enough time to sing what I had to say. So I started rapping melodically, and that's how that happened. But a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, it's definitely a little bit of everything. And a lot of the videos the content you post, I'd be like, okay.
Thank y'all. It's so good to be seen by
I
y'all.
love
I
it.
respect each and every one of y'all. I see what y'all have.
Thank
the
you.
conversations that y'all are having for the community.
Thank you. We appreciate that. Yeah, so we had to have you on, girl, for sure.
I know. So you said to keep you sane. So I feel like there's a little bit more.
Yeah.
A little bit that comes from somewhere. So explain like what that looks like, why like music has been an outlet for you and, just your creative side.
So we have to take it all the way back to the age of 13. I went into the system at the age of 10. I had behavioral issues, wanted to be rebellious. At this age now, I can see that as, me trying to find myself and express myself, but it was disruptive the way that I was going about it. So I had to sit down. And when sitting down, they had us in groups all the time, learning how to journal, express our emotions. But I wanted to beat on my desk and sing my words. So that's where it started. I was singing for my peers. And then I went through a bunch of things in life, and music was always there. When you're alone and nobody's there to judge you or tell you you're too loud, it just came out. And it worked for me that way. It was like alchemy for real.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, and so you started singing. Can you give us a little?
Yes, please.
Okay.
On the
spot. I'll sing something that's popular right now. Judge Me. It's a single available on all platforms.
Okay.
So I'll be who I gotta be. I'll be. You gon' judge me anyway. I'll be.
Oh, girl, you got
I got chills.
Oh, that's a sign.
I know, I'm getting chills. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of like I love the Cotton Club days, and where it's like real authentic voice without the auto tune, and that's what that gave me.
Thank you.
Like it's like that real voice from the stomach.
Thank you, and I try to stand on that because in today's world everybody's running to AI and and I'm very I'm very resistant about that because it's like if we allow that to take over, where is our authenticity? Where is our humanness? The sloppy imperfectness of our emotions? You could tell an AI song when you hear it too. It's like this is definitely AI. It sounds too clean, too perfect. It's not real.
Nothing's real anymore.
Right.
I agree.
Yeah. So on that journey, so at what point were your parents involved in your life?
They were. Both parents are living. They divorced early on. I was born in Florida, came to Jersey. My mom took me at 4. I was back in Florida, came back to Jersey at 7, stayed till I was about 13, went to Texas back with my mom. So it was a lot of back and forth and in and out the system.
Yeah.
Because I guess I was giving too much. And they, they had their careers and their work and to get calls from school every single day.
Yeah.
They did what they felt was best and put me into the state. So they were around, but they weren't really present. I had a lot of COs and therapists and people who would watch and a bunch of peers with crazier problems than I had. So I'm just adapting and getting in where I fit in. But I feel as though everything was a part of the plan. Like, it made me very resilient and it made me in tune with myself regardless of what's going on.
A question. I'm sorry. I have to ask. Your parents decided to put you in the system at 10 years old?
Yes. I was running away from home, staying gone for weeks at a time. I was a risk to myself. I could say that. 10 years ago, I probably couldn't say that. I would blame and act like a victim and say, nobody loved me. But no, I have children. I have a 15-year-old and a 7-year-old. And if they was trying to run away, I'm gonna go get help. I may not send them away and not be present. They may not have known how to be present and balanced. You know? But I can appreciate it because I got a lot of tools. I learned about empathy while they drilled that shit in my head. So
counseling, absolutely.
So are they still in your life now?
Yeah, my mom. It's a strange situation. She's still in Texas. Shout out to my mother, Sarah, with an H. She's English, so Sarah with an H. There's big boundaries there because the dynamic it's surface level, but I've come to a point in understanding being a mother. I don't have high expectations, but it's just being able to reach out and have an awareness of how she's doing. That's fulfilling enough to me. And we can't, I don't know what traditional family looks like. I see it on with my dad and my stepmother, my Puerto Rican side of the family, all the events, all the cookouts, all the love, all the support. I see that, but because of my past, I'm not always present. Or I didn't always feel welcome. Okay. And even that, I've been estranged. I had to go and figure things out on my own. A lot of mistakes. They weren't present throughout those things. And I don't think it's because they didn't want to. I just think it's because they didn't know how.
They didn't know how to. Yeah. And that's so true.
And we're learning now. My father calls me now. We talking about estate planning. We talking about land. We talking about helping me build credit at this old age. So it's like I'm finally getting a second chance.
Old? You're not old.
37.
Baby, you're a baby.
I know. I know.
You're not old.
But you're still receptive to, to building those relationships and those connections.
Yes, and I was in my own way. Yeah. I was in my own way for a long time.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah. But I think what the beauty is the fact that some people they never figure that out, that they're in their own way. The fact is that you saw something different for yourself, like, whether it's your creative side that pulled that out, but we grow through what we go through, that we should be evolving. And, at some point you're a mom now. So okay,
that's really
what
out of it.
Yeah. What am I going to do? Am I going to keep making excuses? Am I going to step up and show up for my kids? Cause I experienced that. Like my mom and dad weren't together and my mom gave it to my dad and she wasn't always around. And it was heartbreaking to experience that, not having that. But what I realized that, I don't regret that. I'm glad I went through it so I can be who I am now.
Right.
It's just like, it helped me to know what I don't want to go through.
Right. It's that contrast. In the absence, you're developing like, who do I want to be as a mother? I know what I don't want to be because of this example. But
your takeaways. Yeah. I think it's a very important thing though for people to get to the point, like you mentioned a lot of different things where you seen it one way when you were younger, but now that you're older, you're understanding, right? And you, even though you may have the wants or the desires that you or wish you had certain things with your mom and everything, you recognize that one important thing I've learned is that they also went through things in their lives. Absolutely, right? Yeah. And we don't realize that sometimes when we're younger and we're in it, it's like, oh, you failed me, you didn't do this or you didn't do that, but they can only give you what they received or what they learned or their experiences, right? But for you to turn around and just do the complete opposite, right, and be the amazing mother that you are to your kids and things like that, that's what's important, right? Not the cycle. Sometimes it's a cycle. You hear that kids are in, you got to break that cycle, right? Because I experienced that too, just different things that not foster care or anything, but my parents broke up, and it was just different things, different traumas and things that I went through. And when I was younger, it was like, I'm blaming everybody and they failed me, or I'm angry at this. But now that I'm older and can have those conversations, right? It makes a difference for you to be more receptive to understand that people have their own experiences,
letting go,
right?
letting go of the hurt,
yeah.
allowing something new to form.
Yeah.
Even if it may not be traditional, it's ours. And it's pure
It's our
intention.
story, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, that's a big piece though, because people don't let that go and they can never move on.
Yeah. And that'll lead you to a lot of suffering. You be walking around acting like a victim.
Yeah.
And it's just
hurting other people.
That part too. Using your pain as an excuse.
Hurt people, hurt people.
Hurting other
And
people.
I can't stand that statement. It's like an umbrella statement.
But it is true.
It is true.
So true.
When you're not
hurt people do hurt people,
Yes.
and we always experience hurt, right? But the thing is, like, when you're so hurt and there's so many things that you haven't you're battling, you haven't even dealt with, how can you even give love to other people?
Right.
It's like
You
it's
suppressed it.
a lot of
So
it is
guarded.
a lot of it's projection. And so you got beautiful people that might come in your life and you can't even really show up for them.
Receive it, yeah.
I've
The
been
way-
there in relationships. I feel like I'm kind of in that now in this relationship that I've been in for the past year. Like I've been through betrayals over the past 6 years to the point where now I'm experiencing a healthy form, and I'm just paranoid.
You
Like,
don't know
okay,
how
you
to-
can go
yeah.
if that's what we want. If that's but it's like, no, I have the patience for you, and let me show you. And it's
Right.
like, you gonna switch on me.
You waiting for
Yes.
the
You know what I'm
ball
saying?
They're
So I
waiting,
still
yeah.
gotta grow in a
You're
lot of
waiting.
ways, but I know
Yeah.
what you mean by
Yeah.
that. We
Yeah.
sabotage.
Yeah, literally.
Self-sabotage. Mm-hmm.
So okay, so talk about that. So
Go ahead. What you want me to say?
somebody like that, with somebody who is like that, right? It's like we take a little bit of everything we experience, like right, our relationships, and then we take a little bit of it, and it's like now we have this big pot of all this stuff, and we try to figure out, all right, well, this looks familiar, so this is how I'm supposed to respond, or and it's not always like that because that person didn't hurt you,
not
that
there.
person is showing up, and sometimes this is what I learned. That when things were so chaotic in a point, that finally when it's nice and smooth sailing and it's what it should look like, that's where like sometimes things come out. It's like, oh no, now I have this anxiety. Like what?
But
Because
that's actually a good thing.
It
is.
That means that it's a safe space and the stuff you've been suppressing is allowed to come out. Now, the difference is a person's level of self-awareness.
Yeah.
You can't go into an argument thinking like this is fresh. You got to already know, okay, I have a deeper wound here. So let me not even look.
Oh, yeah.
Let me broaden my perspective and say, what part of this is my trauma and what part of this is something that you did that reminded me of that
Right.
trauma.
Right.
You got to be accountable in that way.
Yeah.
and the
Absolutely.
person has to be patient. They
That
got to
part,
be patient.
absolutely.
It takes two. Yeah.
It really does. You got to be patient. You have to be willing to it's really like, okay, are we going to do this? We're going to do this. These are the things that we got to like navigate through, and just be present.
But
So
I
it's
think
like
you need to
that
be honest too in the
self-worth.
beginning of that relationship, though, right? If you know you have some of these insecurities or issues, you need to be open and honest with that and
Transparency,
allow
yes.
people to decide whether or not they want to deal with that, right?
I agree with
You
that.
know, allow
that's the
people to
key.
say, "Listen, well, that's a no for me. I'm not going to be able to, handle that." Because some people come into those with those insecurities, and you bringing in your trauma and all that, and you expect me to accept that, right? And be patient. But you didn't tell me that you had these issues.
somebody else did
you know
this
what I
to
mean?
you, now I gotta pay.
Now
Right.
it's not
And
fair
that's
to
not
me.
fair.
Yeah,
That's
and
not
it's
fair.
not
So I'm
fair.
grateful. I'm grateful for what I'm in because there's definitely a lot of patience in space. Doing what we do, being multifaceted, creative, going to work, being parents.
Yes.
It takes a lot from us. So then they get the version that's tired and irritable, and so it's like it's a lot of grace that goes
It's a
into
conscious
yeah.
grace is so huge, but it's a conscious effort. Like you have to
Yes.
make the conscious effort to to navigate with that person. Okay, so you guys been
Wait,
together
but
for
what
a
kind
year?
of what? Sorry to cut you off, Jay, because I'm curious, right? Because you said that this is new for you, right? So what have you done personally to kind of, that you have that kind of pause, right? So what are you doing differently in this relationship to make you feel like you are secure in that relationship?
I'm not running with my first assumptions, and I'm allowing the space for her to hear what I'm saying and do something about it. Before, based on betrayals, whether it was cheating or just lying, micro cheating, whatever it was, I'll be told I'm crazy. I'll be told da 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 da, and then I'm snapping, I'm crashing out because it's like, how are you trying to tell me my feelings don't matter here? But in this space, I don't run with my assumption. I don't create the stories and spiral. I ask, I share a concern, and then I give it space.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, in the beginning, we were challenging each other, we're raising our voice and stuff like that. But now we see how quickly that just escalates and we don't get nowhere. So now I will literally sit there. I had a show yesterday. I had to sit down and I'm like, listen, babe, what we doing? And then, you know, we work through it, talk through it, and then the show goes on. And she's the one that's showing me that. She has to show me, you know, just because we don't agree right now doesn't mean I don't love you and don't mean that I'm gonna snake you, girl.
Right.
But this is love.
That's a huge thing.
Yeah.
It's like when the bad times come, then it's like you automatically think, oh, you know what? It's a done deal. It's over.
Because most people are very surface level and ready to go to the next if it don't serve them. They don't want to be in that boring space when sometimes boring is healthy.
Very healthy.
Right.
Well, no, so you said she, so I'm, you know, obviously. So, and I know you have kids, so you've been with a man before. So
yes, that was about 10 years ago and that was the only man I dated exclusively. I've hooked up with other men and things like that, but I've always felt safer and more public. I've always been more public with my female relationships. And more trusting. And my longest relationships have been with women outside of my children's father. And I tried to make that work because I was just holding on to the idea of a traditional family, not breaking up the home, you know, those type of things. But it wasn't my truth. There is a difference.
As far as like with the woman and the man, as far as like your security level?
For me, yes. Because when it came to men, the emotional endurance, the emotional capacity, and the language, the nurturing, the, you know, those type of sensual things.
They typically don't have.
Yeah, where it's built in. And she's been a parent. So, you know, it's like she has a different understanding of a woman's needs. And she's able, you know, and she's in her masculine, but it's not over the top masculine.
Right.
You know, it's a lot of balance. She vogues, honey. So she puts on, but she can also give that femininity that I need. And it's a friendship. It's a love connection. So yeah, I feel more comfortable and safe. And I think that also stems from my childhood as well. Just being in group homes surrounded by women all the time. Sitting in groups and expressing emotions and just feeling safer with women. Men, when it comes to men, I just feel like a piece of meat. Like it's always lustful. It's always, and I'm shout out to my brothers and people that have respect for me. But when I go outside, I can't go far without somebody telling me it's about how I look. And it's always an ulterior motive. So, and I don't get that from women. It's either they won't be my girl, you know, like a friend, girl power, you know, and it's none of that.
That's actually kind of true. I mean, well, you know, men are visual, and that's what they.
And I get it,
you know.
But I'm a little deeper. I need a little deeper than that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so let's get a little deeper then.
Yeah, you ready, girl?
I'm scared.
No.
I'm grateful though.
All right. So let's talk about, you know, it's got some random things. Let's see. What's the hardest thing you've ever had to accept? That goes for anybody.
The hardest thing you ever had to accept. Go ahead, girl.
The hardest thing that I ever had to accept is nobody's coming to save me.
Ooh,
amen.
Nobody's coming to save me.
Amen.
At all. So having
That's
expectations.
a good one.
Yeah, it pretty much explains itself.
Yeah, it does.
Nobody's coming to save us. You got to do the work. You got to take the steps and show up to them places. And then you'll be met because, you know, divine intervention happens. You'll be met, but you got to go seek it and do it for you first.
That is so
damn,
true.
that was a good one.
Yeah.
Look.
That was like,
I love that one.
Yeah.
And to add to that one, right, I would say that things don't always go your way. That's one thing that has been hard for me to accept.
Yeah.
No matter how much work
Can't
I
get your
put
way.
in.
I'm still working on that though.
Yeah, I'm still working on the fact
You a Gemini
that
though,
I
so
am.
that change. You'd be like, hold up, because I had this all mapped out. I found out on the other show.
Oh,
We was
okay.
on
It was actually her
we potted
birthday.
together.
Oh,
Yes,
yes.
yes.
What's your
yes.
sign?
May 30th, Gemini.
Oh, you're Gemini
She's
too.
Gemini.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My daughter's the 29th.
That,
See, boom.
I'm working on that.
Yeah, me too.
It's hard. You know, things don't, and when you are passionate about things and, you know, you work hard for things and it just still don't go your way, it's just a hard pill to swallow.
It is.
So, yeah.
One of the things I would say that not everybody is going to show up for you the way that you expect.
Oh, yeah.
That both of those are relatable.
So it's kind of,
I agree.
And I guess like the hurt is inevitable because when people don't show up, you have these expectations for people and they're just, you know, they disappoint you. They don't meet them.
Yeah. I
Yep.
love that one too.
I say love yourself. You got to learn how to love yourself first,
Right.
before you can love anybody. So my thing is truly, truly love yourself with all the flaws that you come with.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter the good or the bad. Accept it and move forward.
That's the first. That's the first key. That
Mhm.
self-love,
Yeah.
knowing
For
yourself and loving
So
yourself.
this is why most people don't. We talk about it, but they don't truly love themselves. I have some clients that I said, "Do you see yourself in the mirror?" They said, "I can't see myself in the mirror." I said, "Like, so you don't love yourself?"
Mm.
That's a main thing for me. Like, I try to tell you, love yourself. How you look, it doesn't matter. Physical is one thing, but the soul you have to see. So I do tell some of my clients, go in the mirror and look at yourself.
That's literally how I changed my life. Being in the mirror. I went to Home
Yes,
Depot. You
and
know those
love
bathrooms.
yourself.
Went and bought
Yes.
one, put it in my house, and put affirmations.
Mm-hmm.
Little post-it with specific words that I had to get in the mirror and go from 260 pounds to 160. Right now I'm 180 because I'm doing whatever I want to do and I'm happy about it. But you know, and I had to watch myself awkwardly move and learn how to be confident in the mirror. The mirror helps when you see yourself
Oh,
and
so you
embrace
went from
that.
260 to 160.
So 100 pounds.
Right now
So
I'm like
how-
175.
How long did it take you?
About 6 years. It took me a long time. I didn't, it started with mindfulness. My father got sick. He has diabetes. He lost his vision, high blood pressure, things like that. So I started to study herbalism and I found little natural remedies. And then I was introduced to mindfulness and I learned how to meditate. And then I went and paid somebody to teach me how to meditate on a deeper level. It's called transcendental meditation. And that snapped it. That was the first thing. And once that changed in my mind, the weight started falling away. I wasn't in stress. I started quitting jobs that had me emotionally eating. Like it was all connected for real.
Yeah, stress definitely
wow.
does it. I share the same story. I went from 258 to 164 now. So, and it took about 3 years, I guess, going on 3 years.
Congratulations.
Yeah, and it was really
Yeah.
thank you. For me, it was seeing my kids get older and people around me dying, and I had to take my health more seriously.
No joke.
And it just
You
it
feel
just something
better?
just clicked. Like I had to get a nutritionist and just really stick to working out and changing my eating. And I feel amazing now. I feel amazing now. They ain't telling me certain things, like I have flapjack titties and
Right. I'm ready to go see her, sir. I'm not gonna lie. I thought about it. Some little tuck tip. No additives, but just some, because 100 pounds is a lot to lose.
Yeah, I mean,
I be trying to tuck it in the pants, and before I'm like, yo, no.
At this point, listen,
good. I
at this
feel
point, you're just
good.
going to get what everybody you get. Okay?
Right.
And I was going to say, that can cause a lot of insecurities, though. Definitely, like you just don't feel like you belong in every space that you enter because of like your weight or where you look. Or how you look. And there's times when I'm just like, oh God, I gotta get rid of this. I want to get rid of this. And I'm like, you know what? You get so focused with wanting to change so many things that you don't even love yourself in that moment where you are. So if this is the size you are, this is who you are right now. I'm like loving yourself in that space that, you know what, instead of complaining about it, that's something that I feel like, I think women, we do
struggle
that too.
We do.
Get ourselves.
But we're talking about
I
it's not
felt-
only physical, it's the whole point. The last year I've been going through a lot, and Jamie knows, and B knows now. And I learned to accept my situation. I was so angry and mad. I was like, I did this to myself. There's nobody's fault. Nobody really did. I let it happen. So when you learn to accept even that situation, and you be like, that's when everything starts changing.
Because it puts the power back in your hands.
Yes. And that energy that you think you were giving away comes back right to you like,
Yep.
That's true.
I'm good. Whatever you tell me, I'm good. So it's like taking your power back by loving yourself. It's like, no, I'm good. So it doesn't matter the situation, your physical, financial, whatever you're going through. That's how I took it back. And that's when we came. I said, oh, I'm back to myself.
Right.
Yeah.
I am the one that she met. So sometimes I get emotional.
Okay, don't do it, girl.
girl.
Don't do it.
It's okay.
I know it's going to be. It's a tearjerker.
I'm happy.
Yes.
Those are survivor tears. That's what it is. It's
Yep.
overcoming tears.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you know what? And a lot of us, because we know a lot of us are very similar. Well, we are very similar. Giving to others, right? And that was a lot of you too, Day. focusing on everybody else, and I know that's where I was, even with the weight. I wasn't focusing on me. People pleasing and being there for everybody, and and ignoring me, and that you taking control of your life, taking ownership, and being more accountable to yourself, right, is a huge thing, and it does. You feel trapped sometimes, but I'm proud of you, Day. Don't make me cry in here.
I embrace them tears.
It's just like,
you gotta let it out
wow, I'm
sometimes.
actually happy.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not where I'm at, but I'm actually happy
you're
within.
You're not just you're not just surviving. You know, you're out of survival mode. You know what I mean? And and people can play those parts for us.
Yes.
We get through those tough times when we have supportive relationships. We have people that are there for us. We have
rooting
opportunities
for you, and
and so now you have somebody who makes you feel like where your nervous system is nice and calm. Like you don't,
amen.
Yes.
you don't have, like, and that's the thing. Like a lot of times when you experience these these just like
Traumas.
this negative, trauma, negative energies, things like that. It keeps you on this like your nervous system is not calm. And when you meet somebody who allows that
and you feel free to be you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's a big thing.
Just accepting no matter what.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're not performing for somebody else or pretending to be somebody else. You're looking at yourself in the mirror like, who am I?
That part, we staring at myself like, how did I get here?
Yes.
Exactly.
That's
and it's
that's
like
beautiful.
the strong, like I think you're definitely a strong person. You've gone through a lot, and you wouldn't know from the person from the outside.
That's what they say about us.
Oh, yeah.
We never look like what we go
But
through.
that's the thing. Like, but it's like, it's like literally the strong people. I feel like a lot of times it makes you feel like you're alone, like you get the brunt end of the stick because you're constantly you're absorbing so much. You're showing up for people. You're caring for this person. You're performative for this person, whether it's your kids, whether it's your family, your friends, and it's always like, I'm here, I'm supporting you. But then, like, damn, at the end of the day, it's like sometimes you just don't you feel like you have shit.
Nothing else to give.
You have nothing. Like your well is dry. It's like what else? How much else? And then it's like, oh, now you got this problem. Now you got to handle this. Oh, I got to put this fire out. And it's like,
while keeping a smile on your face.
Yes, while keeping a smile.
Right. Like
not real.
Fake it until you make it. And trust me, I was faking it from left to right.
But we do that.
You're
we
not
all
allowed
fake it
to be not
There's times
okay.
I'm sure you go to perform and you feel like shit. You don't feel like performing, but you got to put on the act.
Right.
Yeah.
I changed it to faith it before I make it. I heard that on somebody's Instagram reel. It was some motivational speaker. You got to faith it, like just believe.
And that's
that
why
blind faith that we're going to make it through this.
We're going to make it through.
Exactly.
What it's supposed to serve.
Right.
Right. But what you're saying as far as the performative and giving, it's important the people that you have around you, because the real ones that are going to support you and that see you, they're not going to take it personal when you have to pull it all the way back to recalibrate.
Absolutely.
The ones that are around you that hit your phone like, you acting funny and why you acting different, and they start putting distance, those are the ones that are putting all that pressure on you, and that's probably why you feel crazy. You need to get rid of them.
That is so
yes,
true.
you do.
And
that's what I did. I'm like, I do
your
not
real
care.
ones will know. Your real ones will know. That, if I'm MIA for a couple of days, Jay might call or text like, "Hey, boo, just thinking about you. You've been on my mind." And like,
I'm not over here mad, like,
right, like where she been at?
Right.
Yeah,
some people will come with that energy.
My best friend CG and them, they know what I need. They know exactly what I need. So
because the person that you're friends with, like it's not. The person that you should know the person that you care about. Like it's not about that, but I just think that it's like mind-boggling sometimes. Like even at work, when it's like if I come in there usually all the the same way all the time, or even like with my kids, it's like coming, it's like, God damn, like what the fuck? It's like always something like shit. That's like, and I was having like a bad. I was having like I just was having a moment. And I was like, you know what? There's times when it's like.
But
fuck
you're
everything.
allowed
fuck the kids,
to have
fuck the
them.
podcast.
Sometimes you have to.
I don't care.
Sometimes you have to get back in tune with you, and that's where new inspiration comes. If you just keep pushing the same wheel and going and burning yourself out, you're gonna be depleted and no good to none of us.
Exactly.
So,
and sometimes we keep people around because it's comfortable, because it's familiar, and we know that they may need us. And I think that sometimes, especially with, people pleasing, we talk about this often because we're both people pleasers. So with people pleasing, you feel like you're needed when somebody, like you feel like you have a purpose when somebody needs you.
Yeah.
But then when they no longer show that they need you, like you could be driving off of a cliff or, running off a cliff and
can't find them. Nowhere to be found.
No.
Nope.
It's like you hold people to a certain level.
Yes.
And they don't hold you at that same, they don't hold you at that same level.
Right.
And then you shift and, it's like you pull white, you detach.
We doing reciprocal relationships.
Yes.
That
it
gotta
now.
be
Yep.
a current, that infinity loop.
Yes.
It gotta do that.
Yep.
If it don't do that, it don't exist. In
I
this
don't
space.
put no
That
energy
reciprocity
into
is,
it. Yes, there's certain relationships you just don't. You learn that though. I think as you get older, right? Where
Definitely.
I'm a better friend and I'm always showing up. After a while, you start to notice that and see that. And I don't have that anymore in my life. I've let go of those type of relationships where you're not a true friend to me, even family. I don't care that we family.
That's
if you're
important.
not showing
That
up for
is
me
true.
or
Sometimes-
supporting me, then we family, we blood, but I don't rock with you like that, right? And it just is what it is. I don't have no hate for you. I love you. I wish you all the best. If there's things that I could support you with, just because I'm that type of person, I'm a support. But other than that, I'm not giving all my energy and
Nothing wrong with that
time
either.
and all of that to people who are just not doing the same for me. I can't do it, and it's not like I'm, you got to do for me and it's not
It's
that.
not about
it's
that.
so different than
It's about
the energy.
It's
it's
the
about
energy.
feeling empty when-
Yes.
And even like, entertaining certain people, like, I'm single and everybody knows that.
And that's okay.
But I truly believe she won't be single for long.
Yeah, I don't believe that either. What?
I honestly believe that right around the corner when she's least expected, that's what's gonna happen to her. And she's gonna be like, "What?
Right.
Like me?
That's how it happens.
That's
You
how
don't
it
look
happened
at
to
it
me."
and
I'm
just
like,
yeah.
"What? Like,
I
Do
don't
y'all
know.
believe that?
Just make sure you in receptive mode.
Exactly.
Well,
That's
so
what
that's
I
what
think.
that
Like,
was
now you
what
just
I
like
was
everybody
about to
else.
say.
Yes.
Jay wouldn't be single right now if it was up to other people.
Got you.
Jay is single because she choosing
Chose.
to be single right now.
And
so
I
I don't
respect
think
that even
that
more.
And
It's equality.
she has made the
she
right
would've
choices.
been-
Believe
no,
me.
absolutely. But I'm not saying. I'm just
No.
saying. You saying single for long. I don't
there's
know
a
that
few
she really
people.
wants
There's no
to
lack
be
of
in a
options.
relationship right
There's
now
a few
like that.
people, that like, they want relationships. or
Yeah,
what,
but
but
she
I just
just-
don't. I. It's like when you know, like, and I feel like
It'll come
it's
when
very
you're ready.
like one thing. I just don't like people.
Period.
It's weird. It's like I love people, right? I'm a people person, but I just don't like people at that in that space. Like the people that I care about, they know that I care about them. But it's like I feel like if I can't love you the way that I want to love you, meaning if I like, just how I am, like my personality, the love I pour into people. If I can't do that, if I feel like it's like I can't really, I don't know how to gauge. It's like very tough, and I kind of like pull back away because
It should be fluid.
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah.
I mean, I meet people. I'm very selective, and I've met somebody, but
I know it's
Ain't
not
nothing wrong
hard
with
to
it.
find
There's
a
nothing
suiter.
wrong
It's
with
just like you said, you are being selective with what you allow.
it's a
and how far
chemistry.
go.
It's something that I have to feel. I got to be able. I can know if I look at you, like if I even can go.
At that deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I can look at people and say they're attractive, but then once I'm talking to them and I hear how they talking about other people or I see what they watch on
Yes.
Instagram, then it's like, what the fuck? I'm in it. No,
Right.
this
Yes.
is not gonna work.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't like that kind of stuff. But
Yeah.
I can immediately, when I first meet somebody, it's not often, and y'all know this, it's not often, and okay, it might be the same type of I don't know, like, y'all know what I like. But it's not often that I meet somebody and I'm like drawn to them. It probably happened a couple times in my life.
Mhm.
And right now.
I think many
You're
people
beautiful.
can say that.
So you probably get approached often. So
Yeah,
it's
she
not
does.
you're not impressed. It has to be something that like moves you for you to even be open. And there is nothing wrong with
I need
that.
a tingle.
It's not. It's not nothing wrong with
A
that.
little tingle.
It's not.
So.
Where's
Alright,
the
so
tingle
let me
happening? In the heart, in the head, in the where's the tingle taking place? We need to know.
Exactly.
How do you know?
The tingle.
Let her
three Holy
explain.
Trinity
Let
at the
her
same
explain.
time?
Let her
It might
explain.
go up.
Yes, it does. That, she said it.
Activation station.
Listen, activation station. I'm very I'm very, very selective with where I put that, or where I let something put whatever.
Got you.
Where I let that go. But no, it is like because they know how I am. I'm just so selective that it's like if it's like something that I want to know more about you, and it's just not often like I don't know. It's like in the eyes,
I got you.
It's in the eyes.
They say the eyes are
The
the
eyes
window
are
to the
the
soul.
soul.
I want your soul.
That's true.
Right.
Yeah.
That's true.
Open your eyes.
Take them shades off. Let me see my eyes.
Everybody want to be cool with the shades on. Can't even see them.
All right, let's throw a question out there. Regret. What's one decision you replay in your head that you regret?
Get out of my head. I literally thought about that.
What's one decision you replay
And it
in
made
your
me feel
head?
regret. Maybe it might
that
not
is
be
a
regret. You
That's-
think? It could be.
Well, that's what it is. That's what it's under.
I do have things that I regret, not being the best. But then again, it comes to consciousness. So I see everything as a learning lesson.
Yes.
I wasn't always the best friend. I sit here and talk about being a friend, but I used to be selfish when I was coming out of the system, coming into my early adult years before becoming a parent. I just felt entitled, and I really didn't understand that dynamic of what a friendship is. It was transactional. It was what can you help me? Can you help me? Can you?
Yeah. What can
That's
you
how I
do?
was.
Yeah.
This is early 20s. I'm talking.
Your survival
teens
mode.
and
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
literally.
Yeah.
So I regret losing friendships that I had during childhood. And I'm pretty sure I hurt these people, and looking back, it's like they were really for me. They loved me, opened up their home and everything. And, I've had conversations with them as an adult after becoming a mother, but I just know I will never be trusted the same because of how I acted then.
Right,
Yeah.
And, we're not going backwards,
Right.
Right.
For emotion.
had to learn, you get what you give. You have to show up and embody what you want back. So I take that I got intention right here. So
I know
just
that's
being
right.
intentional about everything that I do and the energy that I give, because I know it will come back to me. But that's something I regret, not being conscious to people, for people that were really for me, and losing those type of friendships. But
You just
That is
can't
so
accept
true.
it. You know what I mean? You can't. It's so like somebody trying to give you advice, and you're so stuck on something. You're not. You got to get to a place
Can't
where you're
even
willing
hear
to
it right.
accept.
Yeah,
you
right.
know?
Can't even hear the advice right.
Yeah, but you was
and that's
struggling
learning.
with other
Yeah.
things, internal and
Thank
just
you.
different things you had going on. And it's not to make an excuse, but it
And
is
it's
what
not-
it is,
right.
right?
It's a
That's what
reason.
happened. It's the
It's not
reason.
an excuse. It's a reason.
Yeah.
But the way how I see it is her soul chose to go through those things. We all here
our
choose
soul,
choose whatever we go through.
them contracts to learn.
Yes. So
Well,
when
I
you
need
look
my
at
soul
it,
to give me
you
to choose.
all of this you chose.
I was thinking about that when you were talking about family dynamics.
Yes.
I feel like a lot of family stuff is karmic.
It
like
is.
we come here to overcome that
Yes.
so that we could be stronger in the real world when our journey really, really, I mean,
Yes.
it's already begun.
Right.
But when it's time for us to put on that avatar and come outside and build our wealth or build our manifestations, we got to overcome our own family, all the passive aggressiveness, all the
yes.
bullying, all the
That
weird.
Yeah, the weird.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it comes not
Yeah.
from your friends. It
We
comes
signed up
from
for
your
that.
family. That's
We signed up for that.
So when you
Yeah.
guys talk about regret, I don't regret anything because then I wouldn't be who I am.
Rock star mindset.
I won't. I know.
Yeah, no,
Sometimes
I
that's like
appreciate
why
everything I've gone through.
the naiveness. Because I got myself in trouble for being naive and innocent. Sometimes people think like,
That
oh,
part.
I'm this hardcore. I'm like, I'm actually the opposite.
Well, those
Right.
things
For
callous
being-
you.
Being open and trusting.
Exactly.
And then finding yourself in something
And
that's
then I'm like, what?
Y'all thought I was stupid.
Yes,
I gotta show you.
That's what's
now
like,
we
I'm
in
not
jail.
stupid. I was just, no, literally. Yeah, like, I'm not stupid. I just
Literally.
thought you were a nice person.
You were like me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
treat you the way how.
Giving people grace.
Yes, I don't see
One
nobody.
of my flaws, yes.
And that's what's, but in a way, I don't think it's a regret. I still came back to who I was. So for me, it's like, I don't regret anything because I signed up for it. When you go more spiritual and you become us, like, what are you talking about? You signed up for this. And you just had to realize that you forgot you were going through some chaotic stages of life. And then you came back and realized, oh, you forgot you're the one who signed up for this. So when you look at it, you don't regret. I don't have no regrets. Me in my life, even the relationships I've had with every person I had, I'm like, yeah, I learned from this one. I learned from that one.
You
I
take
learned from this one.
You take some away.
Accountability. Yes, I needed this. Or money management. I took this one from this one. I took this one, took me for granted. And so I've learned. And like you said, when you said before, take accountability and nobody's taking you out. You got to take yourself out. No, there's no self-pity like, oh, pity myself.
No,
you don't pity yourself. Get your ass up every day and do the work because you have to do it because nobody's going to do it for you. When you feel pain, you're feeling the pain. Not Jamie, not B, not you. I'm feeling my own pain.
But with that, it's okay to sit there and feel that.
Yes,
a little bit.
it
Because
is.
acknowledge it.
Yeah, because
And get out of it.
because that's how you have to feel where you're at.
That's
in
that
order to be
shadow
able to
work.
move out of it.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Shadow work.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I said I don't have no regrets. Before I used to be like, we get that little toxic, like we said, I was like, a little toxic. I was become a little toxic because I felt a lot of pain that I didn't want to feel. Like to a point that they know I had heart issues, like a heart attack, and that's how I took it to the heart because
Stress will do
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Your body is
but
talking to you.
because I was so innocent, I'm like,
Yes.
why are you doing this to me? I don't deserve it. And then it's like, and then I found another person did the same shit,
I
and
had
they
a heart
worse.
attack,
I'm like,
I sound
okay,
like
so
what I
it's
was
me.
going through.
Oh,
So it's
yeah.
me. It's not them. They're doing whatever they got to do until I learn my lesson. So I don't blame
Yeah,
them.
until you learn your lesson.
I learned my lesson.
Yeah.
I was like, no
Next.
sound, no more.
Yep.
We're good now. Like, nope,
Yeah.
nope.
I'm not even mad at you anymore. Thank you.
Exactly.
Thank you
that
for
part.
showing me where I lack.
That part.
They
right.
being who
Thank
they
you,
are.
Rihanna. Shout out to her.
Yeah. Okay. That part. Thank you for everything you did.
It's beautiful though that you still, because I see you have a soft heart still. Being able to sit here and be vulnerable and have these type of conversations is amazing. When life can take us through things and then you still have a soft
That's
heart
true.
open. Yeah, that discernment is sharpened and you're not going for the shit like you said.
Yes.
People
But
think
it
you're
didn't
so
harden
hardcore.
you.
That be the reward.
Yeah.
People can't come the same because you see now.
Yeah.
So just
Yeah.
And I have a boundary, so I'm like, no, we're good.
Yeah.
Like, we're good.
You know, you just have sometimes
Yeah.
you need a little tune
You
up
learn
every
that-
so
right.
often. You
Yeah,
know?
that's true.
What about something that you replay?
That I replay. I think I'm the same way Day is. Of course there's certain things I would have done differently or whatever.
'Cause
You
you're
know,
looking at it
if I
now,
look at
you
it
know.
now because I
in
understand it now. But in those moments and things that happened, those were decisions that I made, but in those decisions, whether they were wrong or right, it taught me now, like, it made me who I am now, but it taught me things that I would accept, wouldn't accept, wouldn't do, how I would treat
Yeah,
people,
that's true. Wisdom.
like it's right. It's wisdom that I feel like I needed to go through or even experience and see, to say, you know what, I ain't doing that shit no more. This ain't who I want to be, or this
Right.
ain't, you know what I mean? Like this ain't how I want to treat people. I've never treated people bad. I was always a good person to people, but just decisions that I made for myself that may have impacted me or did hurt somebody, right? Even if it wasn't something intentional, I've learned that I can't make these choices because it don't just impact me. It impacts others, or whatever. And it taught me to be a better woman, mother, just all those different things. So,
That mindfulness is
it really
honestly,
is. It really
Consideration.
is.
It's
Yeah.
that work that you got to put in.
You
And
have
the
to do the
meditation
work.
does help a lot. Of reading, like just spending time with yourself and
That's
your own
growth.
thoughts.
Hug
and-
a tree.
I
That's
can
growth.
explain this to our
Everybody.
viewers. When it comes, people think of meditation and they think of like yoga, sitting there, or
Right.
just being. No, you are literally training your brain to slow down. So when you do it enough, you could be in a high traffic situation, somebody cussing you out, and you're like Neo in the Matrix.
Yes.
You don't even have an initial emotional reaction.
Right.
You just
Yes.
kind of looking like, so this is what's happening. What am I gonna do?
Literally,
That's
Yes.
what meditation does. It
Yeah.
slows down
Yes.
your first
Adrenaline.
reaction, and it lets you be more
It
centered.
calms your amygdala.
Yes.
Yeah.
That fight, flight, or
So
freeze.
it's not just some hippy dippy stuff and there's different ways to do it. It's not just about, you could do it walking, you could do it with movement. There's so many ways to do it. It's just the practice and starting the practice. I feel like the world would be better if meditation was taught in school from an
Yes.
early age.
They do in certain
so
places.
agree.
Like,
Probably in Asia somewhere.
no, in Europe they do it.
They do?
Yeah.
Different
It's
countries.
a different.
Mhm.
No, but I'm just telling you, it's. So I just came back from Europe, and I came back with a different mindset.
Love that.
I see that I have more patience now, but I just see like, wow. and this is what I've learned from this trip. We talk about mental health, but that has to do with our food.
So much, yes, food.
The food here is so
poison.
Thank you, because I don't want to say that, but overly processed, and those chemicals, because it's pure chemicals and not ingredients. I call it chemicals.
Yeah, European standards are so much
that they're feeding us here, and I don't care if it's the truth. I'm lactose intolerant. I was eating for 2 weeks cheese like crazy in Europe with no problem.
Clean, stress
nothing, nothing. I came here, I can't even drink milk. I can't eat cheese. The food, the coloring, everything that's here in America that I Googled while I was in Europe with my sister-in-law, we was amazed. And she even was amazed, like, oh my God, they're poisoning you guys. Can you believe that?
And
they eat more than us. I'm telling you, these people eat 3 times a day, snacks 3 times. It's still 10 o'clock in the snack. I'm like, what the? Are you hungry? I'm like, and I'm looking at it like, how the hell you not fat?
Right, because it's all clean, whole
seriously.
foods probably.
And I'm like, these people eat like, you're not hungry? I'm like, in my head, this is me like, these people are crazy.
I started learning like 15 years ago when I changed like my skincare products.
But wait 1 second. That has to do, what I'm saying, I don't want to interrupt you. The problem is the chemicals that they're using in the foods, it's messing up with our mental
and
health.
Our hormones.
And our hormones. So that's where with the mental health, when you say mindfulness, it's actually what we eating also. That's why we so overweight and everything, because it want to make us eat more. Then you're not happy with yourself. It's a mental state
then they
that
put
it takes
everywhere.
And then you gotta go take some pills.
Everywhere.
There's additives that they put in your food that make you want to eat more.
And that's what I'm saying. And that's where the mental health comes in, because we're not satisfied. So we think like, oh, let's grab a snack, not knowing that that's actually poisoning us. Instead of doing the thing the correct way, you could have a snack. But why you gotta feed us so we could go to the pharmaceuticals and then get sick and all this thing.
Because that's a whole other hustle.
Yeah, it's a whole
it's all connected.
Mindset.
You know better, you do better.
People are too stressed to even pay attention and question because they're thinking about, gotta go pay this, gotta go do this, gotta go to work. Can't change anything.
So it's actually the food that they're feeding us. That's why we said mental health. I really came back and was like, yo, they're really poisoning us here.
It's all connected.
Why is it, instead of making America a great country, the place where it's supposed to be, how it was when I came here 30-something years ago, there was such things. Even the water, they put stuff. I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, what in the world?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying.
The water's going to AI, y'all. The data centers. They taking all our water.
I don't know.
And y'all should look into that.
That's crazy.
There's shortages of waters all around in our country right now. Yeah. I'm for real. Fact check that. Y'all better know.
But that's what I'm saying. So
you are what you consume.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So and that's with anything, whether it's the company you keep, whether it's your music, whether it's your food, with you know, with the information, you are what you consume. You know, so it's like, you know better, you do better.
But the thing is, we who are
That's
trying
true.
to make it, it's sadly the common folks, not the rich ones. That's why we feed our kids and we feed ourselves, because we can't afford it.
Right.
We can't, and that's how they get us. It's like a mind fuck game.
Yeah.
We're gonna mind fuck you until we can. The price is gonna go
Cognitive
up.
dissonance. I talk about this all the time.
You're gonna go and eat this, and this is because it's what you can afford, and this is like, you know what? I got 4 kids, 5 kids, 6. This is what I'm gonna go eat, because this is where we're gonna go. I can't afford this. Not going gluten free. I can't go organic because eggs $1.69 regular eggs, and then you go buy organic cage eggs.
So you gotta change
$5, $6, $7.
Yeah.
You gotta start. You know, take small steps. Like just shift it that way. Small.
But for a family of like, say, like you're 5, it's impossible.
I know. Well,
no.
So it's not impossible.
Because I have a family of 6. Right?
And I had
it's
a family
expensive
of
as hell.
I know.
Right?
How many?
But you know, but when we talk about mentality and knowing, doing better, you know, when you know better, it doesn't. You got to make those sacrifices. If I want my kids to be healthy and not, you know, be exposed to all this, you know, just everything that we're talking about.
Oh yeah,
I have to make the decision to if I'm trying to be healthy, I got to make sure I want to start them now, right? I fucked up along
just like
the
your
way,
mortgage
but
is
now
important,
I need to,
whatever. It's like that's
you make
important,
those
so you gotta
sacrifices. Your health is, you know, so yes, it might be a little bit more expensive, but honestly, it's not. Really, because if you're talking about fruit and vegetables and I can just cook a protein meat and whatever, that's less expensive than me going out and buying them McDonald's or
but
sometimes.
But
you know what I mean?
no, the food you gotta
the
check
meat is
the meat.
GMO.
Well,
right?
yeah,
It's
now
got
you got all
herbicides
that. I
and
mean, the damn
pesticides and-
lettuces. You can't eat lettuce
Right,
right now. You can't eat blueberries right now.
What's on the lettuce? A parasite or something?
Yeah.
So that's what's like
Blueberries got E.
local
coli or
owned.
something.
I started shop local owned.
That's important. Local.
I
Yeah.
shop
Yeah.
local. I went gluten free. I came back and I'm telling you, my mindset since I'm eating that now for a whole month has changed.
It's definitely
My mind, the way how I eat, I'm like, I'm always full.
It's mind over matter,
Yeah.
really.
And the gluten free, it does work. People's like, it doesn't taste like, it tastes like no, it doesn't. Maybe they don't have the same taste because we're so used
And
to
that
it.
changes
all
too,
those
though.
things.
Huh?
The more that you eat clean, when I first
Oh
started my
my
journey,
God.
when you eat clean, the things that you used to love starts to taste
Yeah, it
different.
tastes different.
Yes.
It tastes your palate
It
changes.
absolutely
So
does.
Yeah.
you just gotta
I make
get
my
over
own
that first
lemonade.
uncomfortable.
Like I don't buy lemonade.
Yeah.
I
Period.
squeeze the lemonade and buy
Yeah.
the honey manuka, the one, and that's how I make my lemonade. I was like, if I want something sweet,
Yeah.
Refreshing.
natural,
Yeah,
I
you
just
just
squeeze
gotta-
it
Yeah,
that's
but
what I
like
said.
Jay said,
Extra
small
steps.
steps.
Yeah,
Just
small
change
steps,
little
little
things. It
things
don't
you can
gotta be
change.
drastic and
People
right
are used
away,
to
but
instant,
as
though,
you
so
slow,
they-
yeah,
Instant
that is true.
gratification.
They're like,
That's true.
let me go to Benihana's. Let me go. You know, like
But then
they
that's
want
why
that
they
instant
can't sustain
experience.
it too,
Right.
When you jumping right in with our journey, like I had to cut certain things out as I went along, and then it got easier and easier, and now it's not things that I don't even
So
think about some of these
that about
things
food.
now,
That's in relationships too. Like you guys were talking, it doesn't matter what if it's family, friends, or whatever. You just gotta cut off. That's cleansing your soul.
Right.
Yeah, it's really all connected.
It's
it really
connected.
is.
It's like you can't do one without the other.
No.
you
Yeah.
have
Exactly.
you have to do all the work. So
But start somewhere.
But it's a shift.
Yes.
So it becomes like it's a lifestyle. It's just a new lifestyle. And so when I started like to be more cognizant of certain things, when I started meditating and started, just surrounding myself with certain not TV. Like I don't even watch TV.
That
I
part.
watch movies every so often, but if I'm cuddled up,
Oh, we gotta go see the Spider-Man movie. I'm sorry.
I'm taking my kids on
Oh, you
Tuesday.
see?
Listen,
The movies
I
are
love-
$6 at Cinemark on Tuesdays.
Yes.
Really?
I need
We should go
My
Tuesday.
daughter
then.
just went. to
Tuesday
see
with a
it.
matinee.
Jay
need to
just
see
went
Well,
to see
all
it.
day, $6.50.
Yeah.
Oh, we going. Where we going?
But
Tuesday.
Summerdale.
I need my seat all the way back.
Oh, I like that one. The one, yes. We went.
I think
That was
Summerdale
fun.
has that.
Oh,
The
it
one
might
in-
it might have it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like there's certain things you just don't consume. Like I don't know. Like I don't really watch horror movies. I'll watch
I
it,
love
but
horror.
I do, but I
You
stopped
said you love
watching
it?
it.
I love horror movies.
Yeah.
That
I
was
do.
my favorite.
But I can't watch
stopped
them like
watching
I
it.
used to. Like I used to watch
Right.
them all the time, but now.
Start seeing shadows.
Yeah,
I
and
can't
hearing
watch it with a
things.
man. Or
Now at
something.
night I can't watch it because then I
Watch
be
it
dreaming
daytime.
crazy shit. Like
Right.
I
That's what
can't.
I'm
Yeah,
saying.
it
I
definitely
wanna be
changed.
like-
So it's like I said
it
in
is,
your mind,
yeah,
and
it
that's why I
definitely
said
changed.
stay away from
Unless I
your
have a
phone
man
before you
next
go
to
to
me, I'm
sleep.
like, oh, can you?
I love
protect
horror though.
me?
Me and my kids, we will watch some horror
Yeah,
movies.
so there's just certain things you
but
just
then I
want
be
to protect
fighting
your
in my
peace and
sleep.
stuff.
Sleep. Teddy be
What we
like,
consume. Absolutely.
yeah, that's true.
So last thing, because I know we gotta.
I love
go.
this. I love y'all.
I
I'm grateful to
love
be
you.
here.
Thank you.
We
Yeah,
are
you
so
bet,
wise
for sure.
and beautiful.
Yes,
Oh,
you
thank
too.
you. So are you.
Thank you.
I love it.
Oh my god, I just had it. Okay.
She done threw us off with the love.
I know. Okay, last thing. What's the biggest apology you owe yourself?
Ooh.
We can end with that.
The biggest apology that I owe myself, I'm going to say not being aware of my worth sooner. Not being aware of my worth sooner and knowing that I always had a choice. I always had a choice. So that comes back to your being accountable. I always had a choice. What I tolerated, what I accepted, what I was willing to sit in. Like I owe myself an apology for not having that awareness. But like you said, we feel that for a little bit. And then we take that knowing and now I
Right,
know.
yeah.
Now I know my worth. I'll leave a job. I'll leave a person. I'll leave
Yeah, I
whatever
know
if
that's right.
it's not aligned.
Yeah.
Once I start and I know the signs. I know the sign. Once I start thinking in a paranoid manner and I'm looking and I'm like, are you manipulating me? I already know we've gone too far. I let you get too far for me to now I'm so I just I recognize the signs.
Caught up in, like, your
And it's like I
feelings, and
shouldn't
it's
even be
like-
feeling all of this because you are not in my household. You don't do anything.
Right.
So I've already taken it too far. But now with this awareness and knowing of my worth, I don't find myself in many of those type of like situations where I'm getting paranoid. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a
Okay.
good
not
one.
knowing my worth. I
That's a good
apologize
one.
to myself
Okay.
for that.
I love that. Go ahead, Day.
I think it's almost the same thing. I had like self-awareness, but valuing myself.
Yes.
Like I didn't know what I value. I value everybody else, but when it came to me, I'm like, oh, like self-worth. Like, oh no, I'm worth a lot, and I'm not being cocky about it. It's like, no,
You just know.
I my first like I'm good. Before I used to like, no, I'm good. Whatever, what's going on? Nothing. I just no, I'm good. That's my favorite word. No, I'm good.
No. My father told me this recently. I need your.
You know how hard it is to say no
and have options. No and have options. That's what. That's the chapter you're in right now.
But it's so hard to when you're like a people pleaser to say no and let go of things. It's hard, and then when you realize it's like, oh, was that easy just to say no?
Yeah,
I learned that. I'm like, okay. So I think that is value in myself.
Being afraid to say no
Exactly.
is hard for me because you're sitting there on the other end, like, what are they gonna say? What are they gonna think about me? What are they?
No,
gonna
I don't
say
care
about-
no more.
You gotta put on some hardcore music that's like, fuck you. Fucking like talk yourself through it. Like, listen, if they meant to be here, they gonna be
There's
here.
the book, The Art of Saying No.
Well, I learned to say no without reading it.
So life talk shit ass.
No, bitch. That's right.
Exactly.
Yeah, she
but I
did,
don't
yeah.
say that no more. That's what I say.
That was balance.
It's like, no love.
No, thank you.
No, I said, no love. No
She
beautiful
is
soul.
saying
I'm not going
love.
to be a
She
No, I
is
do.
saying
I
love.
love.
She will say no.
I would
bitch, though.
say the biggest apology I would say.
Depending on the day and the person.
Exactly.
Because you can't play with everybody. All that love shit.
Exactly. Especially those that are still trying, like, didn't I say no already?
Right.
And then that's when I scale it, like, God forgive me. I say, no, bitch.
Right,
We're
right.
not doing this.
Sometimes angels gotta go to war. Sometimes I
it's
heard
just
that
like-
too.
Angels
So
gotta go to war.
listen,
That's
it's a
that
balance,
shit.
light and
Yeah.
dark. You which side you pick a side. Pick a side.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like
That's
you
true.
want the nice side. You don't want the new side that knows. You don't want that. Take that innocent back.
Right.
You want the innocent side.
I would say I'm sorry you had to stay in an experience for so long. You know, like there's certain things that, like if I'm saying this to maybe to my younger self or, you know, thinking like, you know, you felt like you didn't have any other options at that moment.
Yeah.
So apologizing to myself, like you know, you really didn't have to.
Yeah.
You probably
Or
stayed
not didn't have
for
to.
the right reason.
But
Trying to do.
sometimes there's things that you have no control over. So I'm sorry that you had to be in this.
Right.
You know, pretty much.
That's powerful, though.
Mm-hmm.
You know. I mean, mine's is in a line with a lot of what y'all are saying. I would say I'm sorry to myself for not really truly for making decisions for other people, right? Choices and decisions for myself based on not hurting other people, or not, and also
What the cause
just
and effect would be.
yes, and also not being completely transparent, just being me, truly me, and watering down certain things about myself
Watering
to
down.
make sure that
Other people
I'm
are
not
comfortable.
affecting other people or making
Nope.
people comfortable.
No more.
I'm just
Art
not
of
doing
saying
it.
no.
Y'all gonna bear it all. And if y'all can't take it, go the other way.
Yes,
Look the other way.
I'm not
No
doing
dumbing
it
it
no
down.
more.
That's a good.
You
that's,
know?
that's good. Say
Because
that
I'm
last time.
very just watering down me. You know, like I'm
This is
very
pure concentrated
open.
version. Okay.
Let's go.
I'm open. I'm transparent. I'm okay with telling, you know, my truth or,
And
you
you're
know,
okay with
and
how you're
sharing
being viewed.
things or,
Right.
yeah.
That's a big
if
part.
It's
I'm-
not my issue.
Exactly.
It's your issue.
Once you get to
Yeah.
that point, that's how you know you've reached a level of healing. I don't believe we're ever truly healed. I think it's an
Exactly.
I
ongoing
don't
thing.
believe- I think it's an
But
everyday process.
when you could be in a room and know that people are probably assuming the wrong thing or
Oh, yeah.
misjudging you, and you
Oh,
can
I don't
stand up,
care.
that's
I don't
how you
care.
know you're in a good
Yeah.
place
Like-
in life.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. That's
guys,
me.
that's what we learned. Okay.
Yes.
We're gonna go with
I
that.
love it
Those are my
here.
drop picks. Yes, and we love you here.
Yes, we do.
gotta come back.
Thank
Girl,
you.
this thing always come out.
bad. Look,
It's
I say
not
I love
you,
it here, and they
girl.
like,
It's not
So,
you.
so give us your IG handles. Tell us where they
you all
can find
can
you.
follow me on Instagram at karma.ye. That's karma with a C, CARMA.YE. Grateful for the time, the energy, the wisdom.
Do you have anything
I'm gonna have
coming
a
up?
beautiful day after
Any-
this.
yeah.
right?
Any shows
Yes.
coming up or anything?
Um,
Anywhere anybody can watch you or
I mean, I just got accepted into this influencer academy situation in Philadelphia where I'll be able to be a part of a series, and we're getting a
Nice.
sponsorship grant, you know, so
Oh,
nice.
look forward for that.
Awesome.
so hit her Instagram up and figure
Yeah.
out
New
how
projects
you can support.
coming?
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm going to
projects?
use those funds and that
Okay.
opportunity to. I've been sitting on like 4 EPs,
Okay.
you know, just
I know that's
creating.
right.
So I'm ready to put
Love
the
it.
content
Yeah.
behind it.
I
'cause
can't wait to
everything-
have it.
Love
you know,
it.
Are you on Apple Music at
I'm
all?
on Apple. I'm
You
on all
are?
platforms. Carma
All right,
Ye.
there we go.
On all platforms.
All
We
right.
gonna rock out.
Yes.
Thank y'all.
Love
You guys,
girl.
thank you. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Go hit up embraceyourbody.net. Okay, so you can get that lip scrub.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
and the
Body
summer butter.
scrub, summer butter,
Okay.
all that good stuff.
Entrepreneurs too. Okay.
Your man will thank you later. Bye, guys.
Bye.